What's up, future self and random people of the internet? Today is prediction day, so I'm going to go through the predictions that I have for this week. Honestly, there's only two, and then I'll show you a pair that I'm going to watch in futures. But for this week, GBP USD is my favorite pair. It's the one that I want to watch, and honestly, I think there's going to be an entry pretty soon. I'm going to be looking to enter probably around London or pre-New York, and I'll set a limit. So, of course, if I see it in London and I set that limit and it doesn't hit, I'll leave it all the way through New York. We'll see what happens. At lunchtime, I'll probably hop out if it has not tapped me in yet. But this is what I'm looking at. The reason why I like GBP USD is because we come up here to the weekly, we see that it's bearish. We also are at a weekly area. We go further down to the daily. We see that we have a daily area in there, a daily double top, and a daily structure point. So all of that looks beautiful to me. Not only that, but the daily has significant gaps. So that would be nice to fill. But even if we don't fill it, I feel like there would be a good enough RR just to this daily key level. The next trade that I'm looking at is NZD JPY, and just like many pairs this week, it needs a retracement. Now, the reason I like NZD JPY over the other pairs that need a retracement is that its first retracement area is pretty far back. So I am going to wait for this thing to retrace pretty far back. It also has a weekly structure point. It's not just immediately retracing right here and then pushing down. It's in a good spot. So that's why I like NZD JPY. Now, the pair that I want to watch is Euro GBP. And the reason I want to watch it is because I do think that this would be nice for it to come up here and push down. And it is a daily and weekly area, and all time frames are bearish. But when we go to the weekly and we look over, we see that this weekly area has been a place where this thing has rejected from. Now, what I would say is that it's closed past this weekly area, so I doubt that we're really going to be paying much attention to this weekly area. So I do think that this would be a good trade to take, and I do think that it potentially could win and that we probably are able to ignore this weekly area since it closed below. So I think it'll either come up here to that daily and weekly, a better place for it to reject from, or it'll come right here because there is a daily structure point and we do see daily structure here that it's possible it'll go down and do something like that. For most of the rest of them, they all just need a retracement. I will wait for the retracement, but like for this one, this retracement is right there. It could potentially come up in here and then just immediately drop down. It's possible. It's not guaranteed, but it is possible. So that's why I don't like some of these other trades. A lot of them look very similar to that type of thing, and I'm just not interested. But if we go to futures, we can take a look here. We have crude oil. It makes sense for this to go ahead, come back here. We sort of have a double top. We have a structure point. It looked nice if it came back, gave us a nice little entry, and continued to push down. We go to the weekly to see that the weekly is just kind of messing around. It's possible it continues to push and makes the weekly bearish, but we won't really know until we know, right? And then we have platinum, and platinum has two possibilities, I believe, on this one. So it could potentially come up here. It's bearish. Everything's bearish. Come up here and push down. We do see that there is a weekly structure point right there. Or for the daily, it could come here where it already is and continue to push down. It is a daily key level, but it wouldn't look as great as a retracement back to the weekly daily area. But we're not the ones that make that choice. The market is going to do whatever the market wants to do. So it might push down from here. And then we have silver. This one, just push up to the weekly and daily key level and let it rock. Oh, my apologies. This is S&P 500. Silver has two, but this time it has two different ones, right? So one could be bullish and one could be bearish. We see on the weekly that this is used as a level of support and resistance. It's a key level. So it's possible that the daily decides to change its mind and go bullish. If it did something like this, it would immediately be bullish, right? If it closed up and then push and continue. Or it could say it wants to continue bearish. And from this area, we're kind of looking for the daily to continue down. So that's really all I have for you today. These are my predictions. Like I said, the pairs that I'm really looking at is GBP USD and NZD JPY. But I do think as stuff retraces and as the market moves throughout this week, I will have some more pairs that I have in mind. So midweek check-in, I think there's going to be more pairs on the list. We'll see if I've taken this GU trade or not. But that's all I have for y'all today. Thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all in the next video.